All right, as all the drivers get stacked up, let's look at the starting lineup. James Smith and Russell Worth on the front row. Christopher McCoy and Dylan Howie on the second row. Anthony Karen and Pudge have the third row. Joe Ogle and Ryan McDaniel have the fourth row. Bradley Wright and PJ Cox rounding out the top 10. Then Otto Cruz, Stephen Baldwin, Patrick Gitter, Bryant DeYoung, and Jeremy Gardner are 11th through 15th. 16th is Blair Patterson. Jeremy Edwards is 17th. Charles Joplin is 18th. Nate Johnson is 19th. Larry Johnson is 20th. Then Colby Whipple, Dean Webb, Chris Lockwood, Brandon Newby, Justin Swafford, Patrick, I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but Piper, Kevin Bernheimer, Eric Steele, Jeff Sheldon, Nicholas Burke, Greg Gates, Kenny Hyde Jr. round out the 32 car field, and it does look like we've got a couple of admins on track. So got some race control out there as well. Now you guys make sure you drop in, let us know who you are cheering on tonight. We're going to do our best to keep up with all the comments. Huge shout out to Dean Webb. Thank you for the stars there, buddy. And we've got a big field. Make sure you guys are hitting the share button. Let's get these guys all the attention we can here tonight. As they roll off, let's start looking at some of these paint schemes. And let's start off with one of my personal favorites right there, the 27th. All right. That is the old school, like the old Rusty Wallace Miller Genuine Draft paint scheme and the old DW Tide car up on top. Old school Budweiser paint scheme. Boy, I'm losing my ability to talk here. And we'll be highlighting all these paint jobs, not just tonight, but throughout the season. I know these guys will be running the same paint schemes all season long. And I do believe I see a mellow yellow car out there. Oh, see, now that just might be a little bit unfair. Ryan McDaniel in the 66 mellow yellow car. I bet he's got a extra low oil pan to reduce drag under the car and an extra long fuel line to get an extra gallon of gas. Brandon Newby's cheering for him. Pudge is cheering for himself. And Blake is saying, Brandon Newby, don't wreck his truck. All right, it's about to get wild. The pace truck is in. Here they come down the front straightaway. Green flag is in the air at Daytona. Race number 1 of the new season. Everybody looking to get lined up, find their teammates, find who they're going to work with, and get everything squared away as quickly as possible. Look for these guys to settle into an early rhythm. And you see him coming down the back straightaway here. Too wide, and some cars actually some trucks looking below the yellow line there for a moment. Otto Cruz in the 03. He is running the old Goodwrench Chevrolet. Patrick Gitter in the 21 right behind him. That was Patrick we saw a moment ago. Looked like he was ducking below the white line down the back straightaway, looking to get a run. Dylan Howie, though, currently out front as we've already seen a lead change, and the 7 of Pujanowski is currently running in second place. And look at the back of that truck bump. It's the old version of the track and a little bit bumpy, a little bit abrasive. 3 wide into turn 3 in the mellow yellow car up high, the 66. Ryan McDaniel. Oh, we've got a wreck. This might be the big one. A bunch of cars piling into this, nowhere to go. Turn 3 and 4 just covered up. Caution is out. First caution of the night. Let's back this up just a little bit. Take a look from a different angle. They were 3 wide up there at the front. As you see, then it was just a bump. The 27 bumped off, drifts up into Cole Trickle, Ryan McDaniel, and then everybody behind them has nowhere to go. And you see a lot of guys just piling up here. I think just about everybody, I did not see anybody not get impacted in that mess. So a rough start to the race. But Nowski comes out on top, as does Russell Worth and James Smith. I do believe there's 4 trucks that actually made it through. Pudge got through, Russell Worth gets through, James Smith gets through. Otto Cruz looked like he got through it, but I think he is headed down pit road. We're about to see a lot of cars on pit road. As everybody gets packed back up, let's take a look down pit lane and see how many cars are down there right now. And you see the vast majority of the field on pit road from 4th place on back. And Pudge gets through unscathed. Actually, Striker, it does not look like Pudge was involved. That truck is still in perfect condition. However, it does look like the 77 of Russell Worth. Now, we saw him bounce off. He was on the bottom, and the 27 bounced off of him. He's got a little bit of damage, but looks pretty insignificant. Trevor, big bulk is probably the best definition I have ever heard of what just happened. Alright, so I have one driver in particular I know I can pull in, even if he is caught up in the caution. So let me see if I can get hold of him. Hey, Otto, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. It looked like you just had nowhere to go. It all happened right there.
Yeah, it sure did, man. It's just a bad deal. We're going to try to get it fixed up, see if we can salvage something out of this. Lap 2 is a little crazy to be going 3 wide for the lead.
It was a little bit chaotic, but looking at you as you come off pit road, that truck, it looks like your spoiler's up a little bit, but overall, not too bad a shape.
Well, that's good. I still got about a minute worth of damage. We're going to see if we can get it fixed up.
All right, man. Good luck out there, and hopefully you avoid, hopefully there's not another big one, but if it does, hopefully you can stay with them.
Yes, sir. We're going to try.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, bud.
Auto Cruise is one of those... I always have a rule of not interviewing anybody involved in a caution. Found out just a couple of weeks ago, Auto Cruise is pretty calm about it. So, yeah, he is one of my go-to guys now. The uprooted maker is Kristin Edwards. Oh, yeah, huge shout out to Kristin and all, as we mentioned before, all the sponsors, especially the Bad Boys Diecast tonight for putting on tonight's event, man, and they've got some really cool stuff. Go check them out on Facebook. Go check out all the sponsors on Facebook. Not right now, though, because they're about to go green again. Pudge is going to restart in the lead. The fearless leader of the Nowski Nation is about to bring him down. Pace car is in. Here they come down the front. Green flag in the air. And a bit of a shakeup up front. The 77 and the 7 both up there. James Smith and Brian O'Shell, who started in 33rd, is now up to 4th place after that incident. Does not look like he caught much damage. He is not one of the drivers that went to pit road. He stayed out, picks up a ton of track position. It looks like minor damage on a lot of trucks out there, but overall, not doing too bad. A lot of these drivers managing to get through. Looks like Pudge, just the top line right now, seems to be the fastest way around the track. Normally, the bottom line is the fastest way around. Here, it's definitely fastest through the corners. The top tends to get the better run down the straightaways, as you see here. But that bottom line early on is the place to be. But as the track temperature comes up, and as the tires get more grip, and as they lay down more rubber, you'll be able to see the rubber laid down up high on the track as the race goes on. And as that gets laid down, that top line towards the end of the race will be the place to be. So a lot of these guys really just wanting to run up high and hold on to it. Now, Jeremy Edwards is back in the 17 truck. And it looks like we've got a truck blowing up back there. Was going to hop into the truck with Jeremy. It does not look like, it looks like this group has got significant damage. See if we can find, and this looks like a break off of the pack. But let's take a lap around. How about in the 22 car? As they go off into turn one, as mentioned, this is the old version of Daytona. Before it was repaved and rescanned, it is bumpy out there, and you see just how bumpy it is. Oh, and it looks like Pudge has got a 427. That was actually not legal in 97. They were running a 352, I think. It's been a while, pretty sure. So Pudge might have some extra power out there. You never know. Back through 3 and 4, and you see everybody's being a lot more patient right now. Some cars starting to hit pit road again, trying to get some repairs done here. And look up on the high side, you get a glimpse of Texas Terry's car. That is the 89 of Charles Joplin up in the old school Terry Labonte paint. See, man, this takes me back to my youth. Actually, 97, I wasn't exactly youth, but regardless. Blake is saying that, Brandon Newby, it's coming out of your paycheck, buddy. So if you're watching, Brandon, sorry. All right, so Russell Worth currently in the lead. He has led the most laps so far in that 77 car. Then you got Nate Johnson has made his way up to second in the 88. And knowing Nate the way I do, he's going to be one to watch really closely here. He tends to hang out at the front. He will play a little strategy, fall into line to save some fuel as the runs go on, but expect him to be there at the end and be contending for the win. Another one we'll be looking for. Looking through the field to see. The 2 car of Kevin Bernheimer. He's currently in the draft. He's in the, looks like the Skull Bandit car. Yes, or Kodiak. Excuse me, he's in the Kodiak car. Look for this pack. If we get another caution, another chance to catch up, look for him to be one that is in contention. Spent a lot of time on track with him in these trucks, and I can tell you he is extremely fast. And of course, Pujanowski himself there in the 7 car. Excuse me. The 7 car of Pujanowski currently running in the top 10. Oh, we've got a car up in the wall. Loses some momentum. The outside line has to check up just a little bit. Looks like that is the 38, and he is having some problems. That is Patrick Piper. Looks like he hit a bump wrong, got into the outside wall. Truck seems to be okay, but he lost some momentum there. Being in the draft, he was able to regain it quickly. There is a car coming up off of pit road right now. Will come into play for some of these cars. That is the... Nope, that right there is the 91 of Blair Patterson, and he is currently running in 25th. Thought that was his car coming off pit road. Apparently not, as we've got cars starting to work their way off of pit road now. Still have 24 cars on the lead lap, though. Does look like that outside line is trying to settle in just a little bit. Looked like a couple of guys tried to find a gap and move down there for a minute. Nate looked like he was looking low. Just not enough room for him to get in yet. And that is the 69 Nesquik car. Almost pulled the same stunt we saw a couple laps before we saw the 38 do. Coming through 3 and 4, he hits those bumps really hard, drifts up into the outside wall. You see how bumpy it is on the tri-oval as well. Plus you factor in the draft, and these trucks, they don't move around a ton due to the draft and due to the air, but you can feel the car moving around. And if somebody shifts over half a lane, your truck will be affected by it. That makes you have to pay attention not to just to the car in front of you, but the entire lane in front of you, the lane below you, or the lane above. And you have to be watching all the time, prepared to adjust. Sometimes you're adjusting before anything happens because you can see it unfolding. Bradley Hunt is now working his way up to third in the 69 car. That high line starting to pick up a little bit of momentum. I think there's a driver out there who forgot to load his retro paint scheme, because I know for a fact Deadpool was not around in 97. At least not a movie. So, but it's still awesome to see that paint scheme. That is pretty cool. Alright, let's take a look at some of these guys that have fallen off the pack. See if they've gotten hooked back up. We saw this group. Jeremy Edwards is third in line. Patrick Gitter in the 21 leading them around right now. This is a 5-car pack. Currently just over 5 seconds behind the leaders. And then up ahead there is the 09 of Patrick Gitter. He is in that lead draft, and while this lead draft is too wide, he can hang back there just a little bit. You can be about a half a second back here and stay in that lead draft. And I almost want to say Dean Webb might be holding back to just put a little bit of draft out there for Patrick Gitter and this other crew. Starting to see some cars making their... Oh, goodness, we've got a 3-wide situation almost the Melville and the 27 DuPont Chevrolet. These are the guys that were involved in that initial caution. They're starting to work their way back toward the front. So you got Jeff Gordon and Cole Trickle. Man, there would not be a better pair. Honestly, we're getting a Top Gun too. Can we get a Days of Thunder too? That'd be cool. Brenda Montgomery cheering on Russell Worth. Russell still up front in the lead, and it looks like he is just playing patience. He has not made any move. He has not tried to break away. He has not tried to block the 88. He's going to let the 88 get the lead down here. 18 laps into this, you can see that outside line start to gain a little bit more momentum. They're not falling back as much, going through the turns as they were at the start. You can see dead even out of turn 2. That outside line will have the momentum. The question is, does Nate drop back down? He's getting a heavy push from the 69 right behind him. And if you're Russell Worth, the smartest thing you can do right now, you've led every lap so far. It is old school points, so you want to lead as many laps as possible. But right now, he's led a bunch of laps, and it is Daytona. It gets chaotic, and they have a 70% fuel load. He needs to get into the draft and save a little fuel here just for a little bit. Nate Johnson in the same situation, though. He has been pushing it up front since the restart. Look for him to drop back in line. A lot more give and take this time around. Looking back at the 09 of Dean Webb, that pack, that 5-car pack, has now pulled back up into the lead pack, and we just had a car come back up on track. You see him there at the front of this group. That is the 05. Looked like he was having some kind of problem down the back straightaway in the old school camel car. And it looks like he may be down on power. Something is definitely wrong. That is PJ Cox. Something is definitely wrong with that truck. We might see him on pit road here in just a moment. And 27 hanging out. The back half of the pack is actually currently spread out, single file. Eric Steele in the 32, making a pass down on the bottom. He is making sure he stays in the draft. It looks like Greg Gates is struggling a bit with... Does not look... Nope, that is Greg. That is a lap car right in front of Greg. Trying to see what number that is. That's the number 12. Colby Whipple, and it looks like he was struggling there for a moment. Looks like a pair of Miller Genuine Draft cars in the middle of the pack. James Smith and in the 22 down there on the bottom. And it looks like there's actually two 12s in the car. That is Cody Whipple. All right, the guys that did not pit, look for some handling issues. Not much, but they will start to struggle just a little bit, and the guys that did pit and took on fresh tires could start moving forward here halfway through their fuel run. Estimates were around 40 laps on a tank of fuel. And the lead pack has a lap car ahead. This could get very sketchy. Let's hop in the leader's truck and see. Lap car going up high. Can't see the number on him yet, but there's about to be a big problem. Looks like that is the 14 truck. He is staying up high as he possibly can. That is the 14 of Brandon Newby, who is in, he's in a little bit of trouble. That was a beer battle as the Miller High Life truck gets into the Coors Light truck. Brandon is going to be in trouble with his truck owner tomorrow. Blake, he rubbed the wall again, buddy. All right, Nate Johnson has taken the lead. Bradley Hunt in second. Russell Worth drifting back into third. We've got lap cars now becoming an issue for the leaders. And we've got cars starting to hit pit road. Looks like Russell Worth is down. He's brought a whole group with him. 24 laps, so less of a fuel run than we anticipated here tonight. There is Russell Worth coming to pit road, and you see quite a few cars on pit road now. The lead has gone to Patrick Piper. He was one of the trucks that did stop under the first caution. Oh, he's coming to pit road. They are diving to pit road behind him. One group staying out. This is the group of cars that had been at the back of the lead pack, so they are not using nearly as much fuel. Nowski is rolling off pit road, currently in 18th place. And the 99 of Joe Ogle currently has the lead as our first run of green flag stops is underway. Everybody trying to maintain the lead pack, and a lot of communication going on right now. I'm sure that these guys are planning pit strategy as well. Joe is one of the guys, as mentioned, that had to stop under the first caution. A couple cars duck off behind him. Jonathan Rouse, Colby Whipple, James Smith, Jeremy Edwards, Dean Webb. Blair Patterson leading this group around, and he is one of the few that has not been to pit road yet. All right, per request, Stryker wants me to do my best Pudge impression here. So, all right. Yes, sir! That sounded more like, I don't know. That was nowhere close. All right, it looks like the leader is ducking down to pit road as pit stops are almost completed. And it looks like Colby Whipple is going to get the lead here. He is currently scored in the lead as he comes off pit road. Yeah, that was awful, and I'm never doing that again. All right, Colby Whipple is currently in the lead. Jeremy Edwards now is being scored in second. There he is. That is a pack of... The whole pack, the scoring is all over the place right now. As everybody completes pit stops, the 12 car goes to the high side. Pudge leading a group around. And we'll see what scoring says after this. It now shows Pudge in the lead. Actually, he's being scored in second, but Blair Patterson has the lead now on pit road. The 77 of Russell Worth, who led the majority of the laps during the first part of this race, is now... Oh, no! They are all over the place, spreading out behind as they're trying to find a way around the 77. He drops down to the apron to let this pack go by. Things get a little sketchy. A couple of guys look like they scraped the wall. The 77's trying to get back up to speed and on the track. He's going to lose a ton of ground here. And wow, what a mix-up that was. Down off into turn 1, and now it is... Oh, we've got Pudge in the wall. Cars, carnage all around. Caution is out. Blown motors and all. Let's try and back up just a little bit and see. It looks like one of the cars just in front of Pudge just drifted up, and looks like there might have been a little netcode at play. Pudge gets actually probably some of the least damage out of that deal. Several cars caught up in it. Fortunately, the pack was spread out due to the green flag pit stops, so everybody, most of the cars come out okay on this. The 54 definitely does. Pudge is back on pit road. Dean Webb also on pit road. Dean had already been to pit road as well. Brian Ogle is coming to pit road. It looks like we're going to have a lot. Nope, he's not coming to pit road yet. Patrick Gitter currently in second. Jeremy Gardner in third. Charles Joplin is fourth. Jeremy Edwards is fifth. Eric Steele sixth. Chris Lockwood is seventh. Pudge is being scored in eighth. Ninth is Colby Whipple, and James Smith is 10th. Currently, that is the scoring. However, expect that to change in the next few minutes. Medium bonk indeed. All right, looking through the field. And it looks like we've got one car stopped on the back straightaway. Brandon Newby in the 14. I think I found Brandon. Hey Brandon, this is Doug in the booth. You got me? This is Doug in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Oh yeah, thanks for giving me some sponsor time.
My pleasure. But first off, I have to say your car owner is not happy with you tonight.
He's never happy. I could win a race and that man is still not happy.
That can happen from time to time. So how are you? You obviously got caught a couple of times tonight. As you were getting lapped, you rode the wall there. Are you going to be able to make a comeback?
Listen, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna give it 110%, but I should have pitted on that first lap that I wrecked. You know, that was the dumb part on my part.
Well, it's obviously been a bit of a struggle out there tonight. Obviously, a third of the way through this race, a lot of different strategies going on. Where do you go from here?
I'm just gonna give it 110% and see what happens, man. Hope the cards shake out in my favor.
All right, man. We'll try and keep that Coors Light car out of trouble.
I'm gonna try. Thanks, man.
All right, good luck, buddy. All right, currently it is Brian O'Shell in the lead as we get one to green, then Patrick Gitter, Jeremy Gardner, Charles Joplin, and James Smith rounding out the top 10 or top 5. Nate Johnson, Patrick Piper, Kevin Bernheimer, Greg Gates, and Bradley Hunt rounding out the top 10. 21 cars still on the lead lap. And I am sure you're right, Stryker. I'm sure Pudge is not done yet. Oh, there is the 12 in the MGD paint scheme. That is a pretty paint scheme. We heard the top 10. Then 11th is Ryan McDonald, PJ Cox in 12th, Dylan Howie 13th, Blair Patterson 14th, Nicholas Burke is 15th, Justin Swafford 16th, Pudge is 17th, still on the lead lap. Colby Whipple in 18th, 19th is Russell Worth, Jeremy Edwards is 20th, and 21st is Chris Lockwood. That is all the cars on the lead lap. Several cars, 5 cars currently showing 1 lap down, 3 cars on pit road. Eric Steele, Dean Webb, and Jeff Sheldon all on pit road at the moment. Pace car back in. Green flag back in the air, a third of the way done, and a lot of carnage already. Down into turn 1, side by side, a lot of movement for a lot of these guys being on fresher tires. Surprised to see them moving around so much this early in a run when they're not even up to full speed yet. It does take about a lap and a half. When they get back here next time, they should be at full speed. Dropping all the way back, 15th place. 15th place is the back of the lead pack. We've got a wreck in turn 3 and 4. Caution. And it looks like, I do believe that is the 89 car. See if we can get a slightly different angle and see what happened here. It looks like he was a lot of bouncing around and just a racing incident of the bouncing, the rough track surface. A lot of cars get caught in that. Several of them managed to get down to the bottom, down on the apron. Several more getting caught after the fact, but the vast majority managed to make it through. And the Patrick Gitter manages to sneak by all the chaos and into the lead. This time we're doing French, so it's Le Bonk. Yes, definitely Le Bonk that time. And I expect every race from here on out, I want to see what different kinds of versions of bonk you can come up with now, Bryce. All right, a lot of the lead lap cars hitting pit road. The 2 leaders staying out. Nate Johnson, Patrick Gitter both stay out, and Nate's got some damage. Surprised he is not hitting pit road. Let's see if we can get a hold of him and ask him about it. Hey Nate, it's Doug. You got me?
Hello.
Hey buddy, I have to ask, when you saw those cars going to pit road behind you, does that worry you at all?
I didn't even realize the pits were open because I wasn't paying attention, so that's gonna be on me.
Well, you do have a little bit of damage on the right rear, but your truck seems to be at full chat. You're not having any problems out there.
No, it's going really well. I like that outside lane, just trying to keep it smooth and out of trouble.
That outside lane does seem to be a lot less bumpy here, and you seem to be holding a much smoother wheel up there than some of these guys.
I'm just doing my best.
Well, good luck, man. Hopefully you get a chance to get to pit road here before too much longer. Looks like you're probably getting fairly low on fuel.
Yeah, got a couple laps on that, so we'll see. About 4, I think. 4 or so, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Nate Johnson. Patrick Gitter actually is out there with a perfectly clean truck, which is impressive considering he started in 13th to be up in the lead. Nate started in 19th and is now in 2nd. Patrick Piper, who started in 26th, is now up to 3rd. Biggest mover, though, that truck right there, the 777 of Greg Gates, who started in 31st and is now running in 4th place. He is having one heck of a run here tonight. And let's see. He went to pit road under the caution 12 laps ago, so he's going to be good for a bit longer as they get the 1 to green. Zabonk. All right, Patrick Gitter and Nate Johnson on the front row. Patrick Piper and Greg Gates on the second row. Dylan Howie and Nicholas Burke on the third row. Pudge is now back up to 7th, and Russell Worth on the outside in 8th. James Smith and Justin Swafford round out the top 10. Then Brian O'Shell, Chris Lockwood, Ryan McDaniel, Colby Whipple, Otto Cruz, Jeremy Edwards are the last cars, and Bradley Hunt round out the top 17. Only 17 cars on the lead lap. Still have several trucks on pit road. Blair Patterson, Charles Joplin, Kevin Bernheimer, PJ Cox, Larry Johnson. And it looks like some drivers who are out, possibly out, Dean Webb, Chris McCoy, and Jeff Sheldon all appear that they may be done for the night. Like I said, a lot of trucks on pit road, a lot of them getting repairs, hoping to get back out. With the chaos that's happened so far, they might be able to pick up some points. Start of the season, you want to start off strong, but if you can't, you start thinking about the points as early as possible. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Barney the Flagman waves them down. Interesting side note, Barney the Flagman has his own Twitter account. All right, down into turn 1. A couple of the cars, and we've got a car coming up off pit road, will not be a factor. A couple of the cars we saw up there earlier in the race, like the 27, who was running in the top 4 when he was involved in that first caution, now back up in the top 4, looking to get underneath Nate here and take 3rd. And of course, Nowski himself on the move down the inside. That truck does not look like it is in too bad a shape. A little bit of a bobble there right behind him, but yeah, the bumps through 3 and 4 are probably the roughest part of this track, and it's the point on the track you really need the most momentum. Another early leader, Russell Worth, right up there, currently running in 7th. Caution. Nope, it's just showing a yellow, but as of right now, it looks like everybody is at speed. No, they are spreading out. Let's see if we can find out what happened. There we go. And it looks like the 17 came up on something happening right in front of him. Let's see what happened here. Looks like there was some chaos mid of the front pack, but can't exactly tell where that happened at. Oh, looks like the 03 was involved. The 03 and the 58 getting together. Looks like the 58 may have bounced off the wall just a little bit. Came down, clipped the 03. Several other trucks involved, but everybody else makes it through. And this is exactly what Nate Johnson and Patrick Gitter needed. They needed to get to pit road at some point. Dean Webb says he is getting a motor change, no biggie. Jeremy Edwards saying he could not avoid a single wreck. All right, Patrick Gitter's going to come to pit road. Expect to see Nate Johnson on pit road. Nate stays out again. Bit of a shocker there. Dylan Howie comes to pit road. Patrick Piper. Brian O'Shell. Pudge is back on pit road. Pudge was not caught in that. I'm guessing this is fuel strategy for him. And Greg Gates in the 777 has charged through this field up to third now. All right, I'm going to see if I can get a hold of Greg. Hey, Greg, this is Doug up in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I have to ask, how many Lucky Rabbit's feet do you have in the car tonight?
Apparently a whole lot.
Apparently so. Starting in 31st, you're all the way up to third, and that truck still looks clean.
Well, it's not completely clean, but first league race. I'm loving it, man. Nothing like Nowski Nation.
Definitely so, man. Well, honestly, if that truck has any damage, we cannot see it at all. It looks like it just came off the assembly line, to be honest. So you're doing something right out there, man.
Thank you, sir. Hope you keep it that way.
All right, man. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in Victory Lane.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Greg Gates, 31st to 3rd. Now to... do believe it should score him in second momentarily. We'll have to wait and see. Yep, he is now being scored in second. So 31st to 2nd. Jeremy Edwards is waiting in line after Dean's motor gets changed. So apparently a bunch of motor changes on pit road. Auto Cruz apparently out of motors as well. You guys are cracking me up. You're going to have to start bringing more spare parts to these bigger tracks, apparently. All right, as they get the 1 to green, it's going to be Nate Johnson, Greg Gates on the front row, Russell Worth and Nicholas Burke on the second row, Chris Lockwood and Colby Whipple on the third row, Justin Swafford, Ryan McDaniel on the fourth row, Brian O'Shell and Pudjanowski himself rounding out the top 10. Patrick Gitter, James Smith, Patrick Piper, Dylan Howie, Jonathan Rouse, and Jeremy Gardner are the 16 cars on the lead lap. Several cars 4 or more laps down still on the track, and yeah, it looks like there might only be 16 trucks left in contention here, and that could mean a lot more green flag racing, but it could mean as we get later into the race, a lot more aggressive racing, and you know what happens then. Pace car about to drop off. Dean and Jeremy planning on bringing backup trucks next week. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away again. Greg Gates holding that high line. Looks like he might have stalled just a little bit on the restart. Now the 77 is looking down to the bottom. That is Russell Worth, who has led the most laps. I think the most laps led so far is by Russell Worth. We'll have to wait for the official numbers, but he's got to be up there at this point. Him and Nate Johnson have led more than anybody else thus far. And now Greg, in his first league race with the Nowski Nation, is going for the lead into turn 3. Is he going to drop to the bottom here to block that low line and get the points for leading a lap? Up on the high side, he does not. Nate gets a run on the bottom. You know Nate wants back up top. Down the front straightaway, it is Nate that leads at the line. Russell Worth now working on him for second. Nicholas Burke, another one who you see he's got a little bit of damage to that truck, but he has fought his way through everything. Started in 30th up to 4th now. Chris Lockwood right behind him started 23rd. Actually, interesting stat. 4th place started in 30th. 5th place started 23rd. 6th place started 21st. 7th started 25th. 9th started 33rd. 10th started 13th. And 11th started 26th. So most of the top 11 started 20th or worse in the race. And it looks like Greg is going to get that chance to lead his first lap here at Daytona. Greg Gates has moved into the lead for the first time as we approach the halfway point. Nate Johnson giving him a little push down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Things definitely settling down just a little bit. Nate going back to the high side now. Russellworth staying on the bottom. Chris Lockwood staying right there with him. Outside line seems to have a much smaller group than the inside line right now, but now we're starting to see some guys make their way up. That top side is so bumped, oh my goodness. But the bottom line is bumpier. You saw Russellworth just getting so squirrely through 3 and 4. Then down the front straightaway as the 38 of Patrick Piper. Oh no! We've got another wreck in turn 1. Caution is out, and this is another big one. Some of these top drivers are caught up in it. Let's see where this kind of started at. Looks like the 76 truck. Oh, he just drifts up into Nate on the high side and then chaos back behind. Somehow or another, the 77 just drives through the middle of everything. Heavy damage on the 76 though. The 66, several cars behind get caught. And for the first time today, Patrick Piper, who started at 26, is now in the lead. Brian O'Shell now on pit road. A lot of drivers probably going to end up on pit road after this one. You know who did survive? Pudge. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage to the nose of that truck, but not terrible. He might still be in contention. Right now, the lead lap cars are showing Patrick Piper, Greg Gates, Russell Worth, Nicholas Burke, Justin Swafford, Nate Johnson, Ryan McDaniel, Pudge, Jonathan Rouse, and Dylan Howie rounding out your top 10. Then Chris Lockwood, James Smith, Colby Whipple, and Jeremy Gardner are the 14 trucks left currently on the lead lap. But we'll have to see how it shakes out after everybody goes to pit road. It does look like Greg took a little bit of damage on that one, just on the back bumper. He's got a little bit of damage to the spoiler, but nothing significant. And now Patrick Piper is going to assume the lead. Only 4 cars appear to be staying out. Patrick Piper, Nicholas Burke, Justin Swafford, and Dylan Howie. Patrick stopped 8 laps ago. Nicholas Burke really needs to come to pit road. He stopped last 22 laps ago. Justin Swafford 13 laps ago. All right, watch it from the in-car. Let's see. Let's find a car. Let's watch it from the 777's in car real quick. Oh, that got really sketchy from. You can bet we'll be saving this replay for a future highlights video. Hey, thanks, Dirt Racer. I appreciate it. I love doing it. Pudge, man, you know what? This has been a great race. A lot of great racing. The first time, I tell a lot of first-time leagues this when I'm broadcasting them. That first race is always a doozy, but you guys are putting on one heck of a show here. Reaching the halfway point, one lap to green. Patrick Piper and Nicholas Burke on the front row. Justin Swafford, Dylan Howie on the second row. Nate Johnson and Russell Worth have the third row. Pudge back in seventh. Looks like Greg Gates will come out in eighth place. And that is going to be everybody on the lead lap, at least for the moment. A lot more cars caught up in that. Some of these drivers trying to catch up to the tail end of the field. That is Ryan McDaniel, Chris Lockwood, and James Smith and Jeremy Gardner behind them. And not sure what's going on with Greg Gates, but he is still on pit road. Did not think he had significant damage to that truck. Arthur, you're definitely correct. There's going to be some highlights just for the first half. And it looks like we're restarting single file this time. Looks like a safety measure. 11 cars still on the lead lap. Still a lot of cars in contention. There's another roughly 10 cars on track still. So they are still battling for positions as well. And I can't tell you how many top 5s, top 10s I've pulled off at these races just for sticking out there, going in, sucking it up. Might be a lap or two down, but hey, you keep fighting, you keep moving forward. That's what some of these boys are doing. Pace car is in. Green flag is back in the air. Patrick Piper leading them down. And the 76 stalls in the middle of the front straightaway. The 32 has to hop to the high side. I'm not sure what just happened. He just disappeared. And we might be about to have another incident as a car just disappeared. Looks like the 76 is having a little bit of a connection issue. He is dropping to the bottom and dropping back to not impact anybody. And now a 4-car battle up here for the lead for the first time tonight. Justin Swafford is up here in the 92 battling for the lead. We've talked about Swafford a lot in the TDR versus Nowski Nation races, as he is one of those guys that manages to be there at the end, saves his car, and keeps working his way forward. Obviously, that truck is still in amazing shape, despite having started back in 25th. He is currently being scored in the lead as the 2 cars in front of him are actually a lap or more down. And those lap cars really working together through 3 and 4. Now is the time where every driver out there has to show a lot of patience and continue just logging laps. Everybody trying to get single file. Looking back, Pudge is currently in 5th, and look at this, Pudge and Russell Worth together. Pudge had an up and down night all night, but Russell, he's been up there all night. And I do believe at this moment in time, he actually does have the most laps led, and they're actually gaining on this pack ahead. Staying single file, and Pudge is really pushing. Yeah, Brian, you definitely had a good run. Sorry you are out, man, but a heck of a start to the season. Just getting your truck up in the front of this, what is an amazing field of drivers. The 27 up on the high side. Dylan Howie is going for the lead here. Nate Johnson still up there in the mix. Right all over the back bumper. It looks like it is lead lap cars. Lead lap cars on the high side. And then look at this. This 77 and 7 have pulled up to the lead pack. Pudge is back in it. Russell Worth back in it. And a little bit of the apron for Russell there, but he is back in contention. This is the first time we've actually seen any real damage to that truck. He's got a little bit of damage on the front end, but not terribly bad. And he is fighting. I could be mistaken, but I do not see any damage on the front of the 27 truck. He might be one of the two cleanest drivers in this lead pack, or cleanest trucks rather, in the lead pack. Nate Johnson dropping to the bottom. Nate down on the low side, and the 27 comes down. The 92 was going up to help him, but got there and nothing there. And the 14 truck of Brandon Newby, who's going to be having a long talk with his owner tomorrow probably, is currently in 15th and continues picking up spots as time goes on. And staying in the lead draft definitely gives him a bit of an advantage here. Now there are cars coming off of pit road just in front of the leaders. This is when we could see some trouble. The lap car's down on the inside. He drops all the way to the apron. 27 falls in line into second. Justin Swafford to the lead. Down the front straightaway, and you see just how bumpy this track is. It is fun to drive, but it is extraordinarily stressful to drive with all the bumps. And you've seen the chaos that those bumps cause. Several of those incidents today just related to guys not expecting the bump, not anticipating where they need to be when they hit a bump, trying to make something happen. And we're down to 8 cars on the lead lap, but we've got more cars coming back up on to the track now. Okay, I'll ask Brian. Jeremy, I am happy to do it, man. I have to agree. I love the concept. This retro season, I absolutely love it. Takes me back quite a bit, and I just absolutely love seeing these old paint schemes out here. That's got to be the coolest part, taking me back to the 80s and 90s. And having run with these guys last Tuesday, just doing some practice at Kansas, had a lot of fun. And a great group of guys, nobody really losing their tempers and getting out of sorts when an incident happened. Everybody apologizing, owning up to everything that happens. And I do think Pudge has probably one of the greatest communities out there. The top 5 are all in this lead pack. Justin Swafford leading, Nate Johnson second, Russell Worth third, Dylan Howie fourth, and Pudge in fifth. The second group is all tangled up into a big group of lead lap cars and lapped cars. Jeremy Gardner in 6th, Ryan McDaniels in 7th, Jonathan Rouse in 8th, Chris Lockwood in 9th. And things are getting a little bit dicey as this group is trying to fight their way back up. They are roughly 20 seconds behind the lead pack, Jeremy Gardner is. And obviously they've got a lot of lap cars in that group, so they're going to have a bigger pack. And if they can get this group single file, and they can pull back up, it'll take a while, but they should be able to pull back up. The problem is, nobody seems to want to stay single file at the moment. And, oh, a little sketchy as the lead pack gets around some lap cars here. Nate Johnson back to the lead. All right, Nate Johnson in the lead with 33 laps to go. They will have to make one more stop. Justin Swafford has been out there the longest. He's been out for 25 laps. Dylan Howie, 20 laps. The rest of them, 13 laps. And fuel is going to become an issue for Swafford and Howie before too terribly much longer. They have the benefit of having had a lot of pace laps. As long as they were in 4th gear, they'll be able, or in neutral, they'll be able to save a lot of fuel on those pace laps. But here we go. The 92, Justin Swafford, he's coming to pit road, and he's coming alone. Oh, no, he is not coming alone. The 14 is coming down with him. I believe that's 14. Yes, it is. The 14 is coming with him, so he has some drafting help. Now, Dylan Howie is the next car that'll need to come to pit road. That is that DuPont car, the 27. How much longer can he stretch it? He should be dropping back and drafting right now, but he is still up there fighting for the lead. Looks like he is going to slide back down into line at least for a moment or two. Thirty-one laps to go. I'm surprised the 27 is outside and trying to run the way he is, but maybe he will drop back and try and save a little fuel here. Looks like the 92 is back up off of pit road with his drafting help of the 14. 14 of Brian. Brandon Newby currently running in 16th, and with the drafting help, he should be able to catch up to the 270 of Bradley Wright, but Bradley's stuck in this big pack. This big pack is a smorgasbord of different cars. Lead lap, you've got a couple of lead lap cars in there, and then a couple of lap down cars. And several varieties, everything from 4 laps down to 10 laps down in this pack. So now this question comes down to pit strategy. Dylan Howie has managed to get into position. He is in a place where he can stay out of the throttle a lot more now. Save a little bit of fuel. He's been out there for 23 laps. We know they can go 24 plus on a green flag. Is the 27 coming to pit road? He is. He's got help from the 23. In about 6 laps, the leaders will be able to go the distance on fuel. Bryant, message me later. I actually have a very funny story about something along that same lines. All right. And look who is now up in third. But is appears to be losing the main draft. Pudge is in third, Russell in second. Now Pudge has really got to get back up to the back bumper of Russell. Looks like he's got a bit of a run here. And he is going to catch Russell out of turn 4 down the front straightaway, and then they will pull back up to Nate. If I had to guess, these two backed off to set up for pit stops. They're going to take as little fuel as possible. Remember, in about 4 laps, they'll be able to go the distance. And what a run it has been so far for the 77. Pudge is back there and he's running in third. But honestly, the two strongest cars in the field tonight have been the 77, the 88, and realistically another one, the 27, who's back up off of pit road. But he has lost his drafting help. But the 77 and the 88, one of those two drivers will have the most laps led here tonight. So they'll be getting some bonus points here tonight. And currently with green flag stops underway, there's only 3 cars on the lead lap. Jonathan Rouse in 4th is a lap down, being scored a lap down, and here we go. 88's on pit road. He thinks he can make it from here. Pudge overshot it. Pudge overshot the entrance to pit road. He wiggles on the front straightaway. Now he has to try and get the truck back up to speed all the way back around to pit road. The 77 is out there all alone in the lead. The 23 that's right there with him already been to pit road. Pudge's chances of winning may have just disappeared with missing the entrance to pit road. Oh, the 77 was trying to get to pit road and gets together with the 23. He is going to lose the lead here, and this might have been what Pudge needs. Watch this. He tries to get down, thinks he has the 23 cleared. This might be the end for Russell Worth. That was a hard hit. He is limping to pit road, and now Pudge is being scored back in the lead with only Nate Johnson being scored on the lead lap. Once Pudge hits pit road, though, that will all change. 25 laps to go. And the whole complexion of the top 5 just got flipped upside down. Nate Johnson will be in second place in a moment. He is 44 seconds behind. And then there is a big pack coming. The 92 of Justin Swafford currently going to be in third place. He is leading, or second in line in that pack. Oh, and worth noting, since his owner is watching, the driver of the 14, Brandon Newby, now up to 13th. Apparently, him and the 92 got connected, and they are gone. Look at the push he gives them down the back straightaway. All right, Pudge, will he come to pit road this time? Anybody who has not been to pit road can go the distance from here. Nate Johnson in second place and Justin Swafford in third are gaining a lot of time on Pudge as he does not have the draft. Both of them have at least one other person with him for the draft. Here comes Matt to pit road. He is going to come down, probably only get right side tires on this stop. The 88 of Nate Johnson currently in second place, going through 3 and 4 right now. I can tell you Nate Johnson and Justin Swafford both. Nate actually looks like he took 2 tires, but Justin might have taken 4 tires and had a... Oh, what in the world? I have no idea what was happening back there, but that was... I couldn't even tell you what car that was. That was the 59 truck. And I don't know what the 59 was doing, but he almost took out the leaders. Pudge is coming back up off of pit road. Nate Johnson in second should assume the lead. Expect to see the 59 back down pit road for a penalty. I do believe he crossed the yellow line with all 4 tires before getting to the pit exit cone. So he might be in trouble. And now Nate Johnson has the lead and has a 6.2 second lead over second place. And there is Justin Swafford in second, but Justin has some drafting help. However, Nate is closing in on some lap cars. He'll get a little bit of help out of this. He's also got the 27 just ahead, which has been a fast car all night long. And remember, some of these guys are still battling for positions. The 76 there of Nicholas Burke and Charles Joplin right behind him. That is the battle for 15th and 16th. So the leaders are coming into some lap car battles here, and this could definitely be a dangerous situation for the 88. And the 27 just ahead, currently in 4th place, Dylan Howie. He definitely does not want to give up any ground to the leaders. He is currently scored on the tail end of the lead lap. If a caution happens, he needs the leaders to be behind him. He would get waved around back to the lead lap automatically. He would not be the lucky dog. He would just come around by virtue of being ahead of the leaders. He needs to keep them behind him. 20 laps to go, though, and no telling what will happen from here. And here is another interesting note. The 777 of Greg Gates, he's currently running in 5th. He has been out there 24 laps since his last stop. So he still has to come to pit road, and it looks like he might be the only one that still needs to come to pit road. He will probably have no help. There's one other driver in the 99 that hasn't been to pit road. Nope, too late. He's coming. So the 777, he is in trouble. Currently in 5th place. He is going to lose some ground here. Meanwhile, at this point, all Nate has to do is ride. Justin Swafford, though, 4.4 seconds back, seems to be gaining just a little bit of ground. Greg Gates is now on pit road. And the 7 car of Nowski himself, he is currently running in 3rd. 18 seconds behind the leader. Now, Nate should be able to get up here at any point in time. He has got a cleaner truck than both of the trucks in front of him. But the question, again, the 27 is not in bad shape at all, really. And the question is, how hard does he fight the leader to stay on the lead lap? Does he risk an incident that could take him out of the race to try and maintain that lead lap? He is currently in 4th and gonna have a great points night. 5th place, Jonathan Rouse in the 59 car is over half of a lap behind. The 27 can just coast it from here, maintain a 4th place finish without having to battle. But if a caution comes out, he's in position to get back up here, and he might be one of the top guys to be able to compete. Currently in the lucky dog position is the 48 of Jeremy Gardner. Currently in 6th. No, I stand corrected. Jonathan Rouse in 5th is in the lucky dog position. There is Jonathan. But that truck is severely torn up. Yeah, he is still maintaining lap times equal to 2nd place. Equal to what Swafford is running right now. And Swafford and the 14 are really trying to cut through this traffic. Wow. They are making some aggressive moves to make their way forward. Brandon Newby in the 14th is now up to 12th and may get 11th while Greg Gates is on pit road. Greg Gates is actually just now started coming off pit road. And now these two are up there in that lead pack. Nate Johnson hops to the high side. He's got the help coming from behind. Nate goes back down to the bottom. Swafford now to the high side. And this is a battle for the lead. He's got some help up top, and he is going to try and pull by here. Justin Swafford maybe taking the lead here on the next lap. That 14 and 92 have worked together so well since they got connected. They have been able to make up time. They've been able to make up track positions. Both of them advancing quite a bit. Let's take a quick rundown through at least the front part of the field as Justin Swafford now in the lead. There he is in the 92 truck. 2nd place is the 88, Nate Johnson. 3rd is the 7 truck of Pujanowski, and he's got a little drafting help from the 270. 4th place is the 27 of Dylan Howie, who is fighting to stay on the lead lap. But Justin coming to the high side. 5th place is the 59. Jonathan Rouse, Jeremy Garner in the 48 in 6th. Ryan McDaniel in the 66, currently running in 7th place. And he has made quite a comeback as he's been involved in multiple incidents. That truck is really torn up and just not giving up. 8th place is James Smith. Another truck that is heavily damaged, missing his entire left front fender. Or the majority of it, it looks like. Chris Lockwood currently in 9th in the 84 truck. And also making me really miss smoking. Bryant DeYoung in 10th place in the 28. Greg Gates, after having to pit alone with no drafting help, currently running in 11th. Brandon Newby has made his way up to 12th. and is mixed caution. Oh, the 48 just tried to move up the track next to the... Let's take another angle at that. And let's see, the 48 and the 76, it looked like they were working together. But coming down the front straightaway, the 76 moved high, the 48 moved high, and they get together. Two-car incident, and fortunately nobody else there to get caught up in that, but now that is going to stack the entire field back up. This is the one thing Swafford did not want to see. And did the 27 manage to stay into position? Dylan Howie has managed to come back from being involved in the first wreck, being caught in a few different incidents without any significant damage, but he lost a lap early on, has fought his way all the way back up into fourth. See if we can get a... Is he coming to pit road? He is coming to pit road, so we'll give him a minute to hit his pit stall so we don't interrupt him trying to get everything set. He does not need fuel, so we'll see. I bet we see right sides up. A lot of wrecked trucks sitting on pit road trying to get repairs to get back out and gain a few points here. Hey Dylan, this is Doug up in the booth. You got me?
Sir, how you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing good. You're having one heck of a night, get caught in that first incident, and then you have managed to work your way back through everything, back to the lead lap and in fourth.
Yes, sir, man. I've been I come from dirt track racing, and this is my first real experience racing like this, and I'm having a ball, man.
You could not tell that this is your first time, man. The way you have made the comeback has been truly impressive, and it's been one heck of a run.
Thank you, sir.
Well, man, good luck. Do you think you have anything for these leaders once you get back up to them?
Hey, I'm gonna give them all I got once I get up there.
All right, man. Good luck. Heck of a comeback tonight, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, Dylan, that is first time racing like this. That's pretty impressive. And it is Nate Johnson in the lead. Justin Swafford currently running in second. Let's see if we can get a word. See if we can get a word with Justin. Hey, Justin, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
10-4.
Hey, man, that has been a heck of a run tonight. After starting in 25th, you have managed to avoid just about everything that's happened around you to come up here into second.
Man, I tell you, it has been a crazy race, and that's all I can do is just try and avoid it and pray.
Well, it seems to be working out, and I got to say, when you were coming through some of that lap traffic earlier, man, it just looked like you and the 14 got hooked up and just worked through everything so much quicker than anybody else has been able to.
Yeah, he told me, he goes, hook up with me, we'll go. So, you know, I dropped to the back of him. I was trying to save fuel to get to the end, but that didn't happen. But yeah, we hooked up and we just stuck together.
Well, it has definitely worked. Now it comes down to this. It looks like there's only going to be about 3 or 4 cars on the lead lap to battle for the win. You got something for Nate and Pudge?
I don't know, because that last pit stop, I slid into my pit stall, hit the wall pretty hard, so I don't know how much damage is going to affect me.
Your left front of your hood is a little banged up, but it doesn't look like it's going to be major aerodynamic damage anyway.
Perfect. It's Daytona.
Yeah. All right, man. Good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you in victory lane.
10-4. Thank you.
Justin Swafford, that had to hurt after keeping that truck clean most of the night. Hey, Tony. My pleasure, buddy. All right, so it does look like it's going to be a 4-car shootout, and because Dylan went to pit road, apparently he got back down a lap. So Jonathan Rouse now has the lead lap, and it's going to be the 4-car battle will be Nate Johnson, Justin Swafford, Pudge, and Jonathan Rouse. That could be interesting. All right, before I forget to do this one more time, please take a moment after the race. Go check out all of our race sponsors. They're helping put this series together. Wouldn't be here doing this without them. First off, tonight, this is the Fat Boys Diecast 225. Go check out Fat Boys Diecast on Facebook. Just some awesome stuff. And if you're interested in, getting some from me, I'm a Jeff Gordon and Hendrick fan from back in the day. Just saying. The Uprooted Maker custom drink tumblers. Check them out. They have some really cool stuff. I actually had my wife look at it, and I really kind of regretting it now because I'm probably going to be ending up ordering some. And Into Being Medical and Life Science Device Development. Go check them out as well. They have a lot of cool stuff. In fact, that is something I'm going to be looking into more this week. As somebody with MS, I'm always looking for stuff to make my life a little bit easier. Companies like that are what help people like me. All right, take a deep breath. We are about to go green flag. The top 4 are up front, everybody else behind them. Things are about to pop off. Pace car is in. Green flag in the air. Nate gets a good jump. Pudge down to the bottom. Justin Swafford gets shuffled back just a little bit. The top 3 already pulling away. They've got the best restart so far. Dylan Howie way back in the field. Jonathan Rouse in the 59 is also way back in the field. By virtue of being the lucky dog, he has to come through all the traffic. We'll be watching his march toward the front closely. Can he get up there and do battle in 7 laps? Some other notable names. Greg Gates has made his way back up into the top 10. He currently runs in 9th. Brandon Newby currently running in 12th. Russell Worth, who led a lot of laps very early on, is now back in 16th after being caught in several incidents. And Justin Swafford trying to fight back on the high side. You've seen it all night. That high side seems to be coming in, but he is definitely working the side draft here. Dropping as low, getting as close as he can, trying to get as much draft as he can off the truck beside him. Five to go at the line. Swafford in second, Nate in first, and Pudge is really pushing Nate. Pudge in third, 4th place. Where is the 59? He is still quite a ways back in traffic, and it looks like he is far enough back he may not be able to make it far enough for caution. That may have changed it. Oh, a big one on the back straightaway. Who all is involved? And this happens with the leaders. Pudge is involved. It looks like, oh, the car behind Pudge just gave him too much of a bump draft into the car in front of him. Chaos ensues everywhere. No, he got tapped from the outside. The 91 got a hold of him. Let's see if we can get a look at the 91 as they come down the back straightaway. Here they come. A lot of moving back and forth. The 91 just came down, didn't realize he was there. Oh, the 92 is caught in that. Justin Swafford is caught. Several drivers caught in this that were in the battle for the win. And now that leaves Nate Johnson out front. Jonathan Rouse in the 59. Currently being scored in second. Justin Swafford in the 92. In third. Pudge is back on pit road. He is currently in fourth. And look at this. I do believe the 27 of Dylan Howie will get the lucky dog here. So he will be back in the contention, but he will be at the tail end of the lead lap. Wow. You know, in the last 5 laps, chaos is going to happen. But it's getting a bit crazy. Dylan is coming around. He is going to be back on the lead lap. And a lot of shakeup, a lot of cars back on pit road. Pudge is on pit road. Greg Gates went to pit road. Brandon Newby is on pit road. Nicholas Burke. Colby Whipple. Colby has actually been on pit road, but the others have come to pit road. And looks like Greg is back up off pit road. Let's see if the 14 is going to get back up. He is rolling. And it looks like Brandon Newby's actually continued to work his way forward. He's up into 11th now. But it will be a 4-car battle yet again with Nate Johnson in the lead. Jonathan Rouse in second place. And that caution was perfect for him, but his car heavily torn up. Justin Swafford in third. And more damage to that car. Dylan Howie in fourth, but he'll restart tail end of the longest line. So he's going to have to come, if he wants any chance at a win here today, he's going to have to come through the entire field full speed and catch the leaders very, very quickly. Like within 1 lap, he's going to have the best restart in the world here to have any chance at getting up here and contending for the win. All right, we're going to get the 1 to green here. We are going into a green-white checker due to the length of the caution. So they're going to have just 2 laps. The top 4, all Chevys, by the way. Actually, the top 5 are all Chevys. The highest running Ford is in 14th. That is Chris Lockwood. The highest running Toyota in 6th, James Smith. Pace car is going to drop off. 4 drivers battling for the lead. Pudge now in 5th, being scored a lap down, back out on track. Pace car is in. Nate's got 1 shot at this. 2 to go at the line. He is down and away. The 59 looks like he may not be up to speed. He has had significant damage. He's managed to work his way back up here, but he is not getting up to speed nearly as quick as he should. Dylan Howie in 3rd, in the best car out there in the leaders, but he has got a long way to go to get to Nate. And coming down the backstretch, Nate is there. The 59 appears to have been has gotten up to speed now. But heavy damage to that truck. He may not be, he can probably hold on to it. And, he is really, that truck is all over the place. He is really having to fight that truck. White flag is in the air for Nate Johnson as he comes down into turn 1. Out of turn 2, Nate still has it. It does not look like Jonathan Rouse can make up any ground here. 3rd place, Dylan Howie, still way back in the pack. But he has picked up a lot of track position, but it does not, unless he gets a perfect Dale Earnhardt style run here, he is out of contention. And he is doing it. Holy cow, the 27 is weaving in and out. It looks like he just hit the wall. Just ran out of room and time. Here comes the 88. Nate Johnson comes across the line and gets the win to start the retro truck season, Nowski Nation Truck Series. Nate Johnson gets the win. 2nd place is going to be Jonathan Rouse. Dylan Howie is in 3rd. Justin Swafford manages to recover for 4th. Matt Hughes finishes in, Pudjanowski finishes in 5th. James Smith 6th. Jeremy Gardner 7th. Ryan McDaniel 8th. Brian DeYoung is 9th. Greg Gates finishes in 10th. Brandon Newby does recover and come back to finish 11th, despite the fact his team owner said he was texting and driving. And that's what the problem was. All right, let's talk to a few drivers and let's see if we can start with our winner. Hey, Nate, it's Doug. You got me?
Oh, my word!
Well, when that last caution came out, what were you thinking?
I was scared because I don't even know if I have enough fuel left. I don't even know if I have enough fuel left to do a burnout.
Oh, well, you got it. You got one started anyway. It was definitely an interesting one. You knew you were low on fuel, but did you think that Jonathan Rouse would have anything for you there at the end?
Yeah, I was so scared. I'm not good at restarts. 3 times at plate tracks, I've left the bottom open accidentally and someone's gone on the inside. I was just trying not to let that happen.
Well, you definitely didn't. He seemed to just not, with the damage he had, he just didn't seem to have anything to, he could get to you, but that truck was struggling to get around. But man, a heck of a strategy for one. Lucky on the fuel and just a great overall race to come and get the win in the inaugural Retro Truck Series.
Yeah, I am super pumped, man. I can't believe it.
Well, it's good to see you back in victory lane, buddy. I know it's been a while since I have, but man, great job tonight. Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much. This league is going to be fun. I'm really happy to let me join, and yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I have to agree, man. Well, go celebrate. Use up what gas you got left.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, Nate Johnson gets the win. Let's see if we can talk to Jonathan Rouse. I actually do not see Jonathan Rouse available. We'll see if we can get a hold of Dylan Howie one more time, though. Hey, Dylan, this is Doug. You got me?
How you doing, Doug?
Hey, man, pretty good. What a comeback. And I have to ask, how many more laps did you need to get to the front?
I needed one more lap, man. I was coming.
You definitely...
Going off turn 4, I was going to try to make it through the mid of the pack.
Yeah, I saw you coming down the back straightaway, and you just started flying past everybody. You got one heck of a run, and just coming out of 4, you just ran out of places to go.
Yep. Yeah. If I could have had one more lap, I think I would have been able to squeeze it in and get a victory.
Well, man, regardless, an up and down kind of night, but you come back, and what an extremely good finish, all things considered.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. I was speeding in pit lane. They put me in the back of the pack, and I made it all the way up. So I'm just excited to be here. That was fun as hell.
All right, man. Congratulations, buddy. Go celebrate.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
All right. Since we can't find Jonathan... Oh, wait a minute. Jonathan said he's here, so give me a minute to find him. Jonathan, actually, if you're listening, just hop up into the broadcast channel because I'm not seeing you. Hey, thanks, Dirt Racer. I appreciate it, buddy. We'll get, while we're waiting on Jonathan, we'll pull Pudge up here as well. Hey, Pudge, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir, Doug. What's up, buddy?
Hey,
What's going on?
I bet you're worn out, buddy.
I am, brother.
That was one heck of a race, and you really had an up and down night tonight.
Man, I did, and I really thought I had a chance there at the end. I was about lap 40 to lap 60. I was just hanging out, not trying to get in no trouble, and thought I could make a run there towards the end. And before that last caution came out, when we all had to pit again, I had just enough fuel to finish the race. And the other guys, the leaders, they didn't have enough fuel. And if we would have kept green, I probably would have won that thing. But it's unfortunate. It's Daytona racing for you. And I hope our guys learned a lot after tonight, buddy.
You know, I did make the comment, when you put a league, especially one this size together, the first one is always tough. But I guarantee you, from the look of the way these guys were driving, man, heck of a season ahead. And I am definitely looking forward to it, and especially loving the old school paints.
Yeah, man, it was looking good out there when we were racing, and I appreciate you broadcasting for us, brother. And you had a good showing tonight, and I mean, hopefully we'll get some. I'm not gonna say hopefully because I know our racing will be better for the next one.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Based on what we saw last Tuesday when we were practicing, man, it was some great racing. So I know a lot of good racing to come.
Yes, sir, brother.
All right, man. I'm gonna go try and find Jonathan Rouse. Congrats, buddy. That was a great run.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you again, Doug. Everybody go follow How to Suck at iRacing on Facebook, Twitch. Check them out. Appreciate everybody.
See you, bud. Jonathan, I literally do not see you in Discord. Well, if we can't. Oh, there we go. Hey, Jonathan, this is Doug. You got me?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not very smart.
Oh, it's all good, man. Hey, I have to ask, that truck looked
Yeah.
It looked like you could barely drive that truck the last couple of laps. It was just, the back end was all over the place.
Yeah, I started from the back. Took a couple pit laps just to get some repairs, but actually I had under a minute of repairs. Only had like 30 seconds, but definitely saw some carnage out there. Had to fight my way back up.
Man, you definitely did fight back up. There was a point where you were just way back there, fought back all the way through the field, and coming home with that second place. Did you have anything for Nate there at the end? Like I said, that truck looked way out of shape.
Yeah, the damage was it was just too much damage. I was trying to see if I could get a little help behind me, but I don't think it would have been enough. His truck looks pretty clean, so especially with that kind of damage, there's really not much I could have done at that point. But I was happy to get a top, P2. I'll take it starting at 32, but yeah, it was just too much damage. I couldn't really do anything.
Actually, you started in 34th and managed to come to second, so that was one
I'll
heck
take
of a
that.
run.
Yeah, I'll take that. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. A great run, a great way to start your season, man.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Jonathan Rouse comes home second. We talked to everybody. Definitely follow us on Facebook, Twitch. These races from tonight will be on YouTube tomorrow morning at some point. As soon as I can get everything finished, it'll be the race-only video, so it'll be a little bit shorter without the pre-race, but we'll have all the post-race from all the events tonight, so definitely want to check that out. And come back tomorrow night for the American All-Star Dirt Series. They are still recruiting, by the way. They have 410s and pro late models tomorrow night. That is always a great race. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Thanks to the entire Nowski Nation, and thanks for an awesome, awesome race tonight. Looking forward to this 25 race season. You guys have a great night.